Namaste. First, when Donald Trump floated the idea of taking over Canada, we thought he was joking, and then everybody thought that Trump will bring an end to the war in Gaza and also in Ukraine, and he did bring a temporary halt to the war in Gaza. But there was a peace deal. But after the peace deal, after several rounds of exchange of hostages and prisoners, in which the prisoners heavily outnumbered the hostages, Israel has again attacked Gaza, and the peace deal has fallen apart. But the most atrocious idea that Trump floated during the peace negotiations was that he would take over Gaza. He said Gaza should be vacated and people from Gaza should be resettled in Egypt and Jordan, which was obviously unacceptable to Egypt and Jordan. And he wanted to develop Gaza so that more jobs could be created. I mean, there could not have been any more outlandish idea than this, to which I think all the countries except for the United States and Israel would have opposed that idea. And of course the Palestinians were not going to accept it in any way. They said they will fight to the end to preserve their autonomy, their sovereignty, and they are fighting. Palestinians are a very valiant people, very brave people, and they have shown that with limited resources and against the most powerful countries of the world, Israel, supported by United States and the European nations, it has survived for more than a year and a half, and it is negotiating the peace deal on its terms. It had convinced United States and Israel that the hostages would be released only in exchange for large number of Palestinians in the Israeli jail. Israel would have to withdraw its forces where they have entered after 7th October 2023, and humanitarian aid would be allowed into Gaza, and finally the reconstruction of Gaza would take place. But obviously with the relaunching of the attack on Gaza by Israel, it remains to be seen whether the next two phases of the peace deal would be completed or not. 59 hostages are still with Hamas reportedly, and 24 of them are alive. And thousands of prisoners continue to be in Palestinian jails. But this idea of taking over of Gaza has now been extended, and the United States now wants to take over Greenland, which is a territory, semi-autonomous territory, associated with a country in Scandinavia, and it is that the people of the Greenland and of course the European Union is opposed to this idea, and it is an affront to the people of Greenland, of Canada, of Gaza, that some foreign power can think of taking over their territory. And it has also suggested that Ukraine, first we thought that as part of the peace deal, the United States may put pressure on Ukraine to give up the Russian speaking areas of Ukraine, but now it appears as if United States is taking a position as if entire Ukraine is part of Russia. So everybody remembers how the Soviet Union disintegrated and how various nations were carved out of Soviet Union, Of course, the largest was Russia, and interestingly, the nuclear weapons which belong to Soviet Union, uh, they they were shared by 4 countries after the Soviet Union disintegrated. Large number of them were, of course, with Russia, but then Ukraine, Belarus, and Kazakhstan also got their share of nuclear weapons. But these 3 countries, trusting the United States, England, and Russia totally, handed over all their nuclear weapons to Russia, and it was the responsibility of the United States and England that these weapons would be safe in the hands of Russia, and also the security of Ukraine, Belarus, and Kazakhstan would be guaranteed by them. Of course, none of them has none of those things have been honored. Ukraine has been attacked by Russia, and if Ukraine had kept its nuclear weapons, then it may not have been possible for Russia to attack Ukraine so easily. At least there would not have been a full-fledged war. But unfortunately, the Russia transgressed that commitment, and the United States also is not honoring that commitment of giving security to of ensuring the security of Ukraine, and wants Ukraine to be handed over to Russia. So the kind of things that Donald Trump is saying and proposing are ridiculous, and it brings us to the question as to what authority Donald Trump has, when he says things like that, when he doesn't honor the sovereignty of Canada, Greenland, Gaza, or Ukraine. United States, if you look at it, it is a country of immigrants. The original inhabitants of United States continue to live in reservations, the native Indians. If the land of United States belongs to anybody, it is the native Indians. It is not the immigrants who are living there. White race may have been the first wave of immigrants, but then there have been people from all parts of the world who have gone and settled in United States. And if you think about it, all this immigration has taken place without the permission of the native Indians, the original inhabitants of this entire land, and therefore they are illegal. So what right Donald Trump has of deporting certain individuals from United States back to India or other countries who the United States now thinks are illegal, and what right the Donald Trump government has to consider even revoking the permanent resident status of a lot of their citizens who hold green cards. So this must be opposed, and we must say that if illegal immigrants have to be deported from United States, then everybody except the native Indians should leave United States of America and just hand over that piece of land to the original inhabitants. They should go back to wherever they came from. It should not be just a plane load of Sikhs and Gujaratis, who have been deported, actually more than one plane, and to other parts of the world. But everybody, including the white race, must leave United States if they think that it is wrong for immigrants to go and settle there. Otherwise, there should be an agreement that whosoever has come there must have a right to stay there respectfully. And of course, the native Indians, They have been, given their reservations, but I think they need to be acknowledged as the original inhabitants, and they must have a role to play in the decision making of the United States of America. There must be a mechanism so that their opinion is also taken whenever such decisions about illegal immigrants are taken. Thank you.